So, I'm going to be opening this box today. This will probably be my first box of many for the future that I post. And this will be the first video that I post. So this is probably going to be funny and awkward at the same time for me to look back at. I like the box though. I like the colors. Foundation. I have to go back and add in all these little quirky things now. So you have a life counter. I gotta get used to that. So you have the white on white, and you can just set it here. Boom. Add your light. So you start with 20. And you can count down. So that's kind of nice. It's also pretty good quality. It clicks in. I wonder how long it lasts. It feels good though. So I got little dots for 9 versus 6s. That's cool. That's a cool one for sure. No spoiler. You got the free player booster packs. I gotta get used to the hand thing. Gotta keep everything in a certain range. Despite these have the standard logo, they're not allowed to be, or the foundation logo, these are not allowed to be Laven standard from what I understand. But they will help you make a, I hate bending the cards like that. They kind of just the standard that you see in Commander, from what I have seen on YouTube and what I've read. I already got 2 Commander decks that I purchased, and then I was like, ooh, let me do a YouTube channel and see what I get. So you get some classics for Commander: Arcane Signet, Soul Ring, and lastly Command Tower, which does count as a land, so I'll probably throw that in one of my Commander deck if I don't already have it in my Commander deck, then that would be good. So you get those free that you can't play. Nothing. You get these 4, which supposedly these 4 are already somewhat playable decks. Oh, not all 4 of them. Never mind. There is just cards in there that can become playable decks. So I'll go through all of them. And then you have this you can use as a box with the separations. I know I'm a little late on this game. Foundation opening the packs. I'll be opening more because I bought a couple of the foundation. I was like, let me just start off good. But this is where we're going with it to start with. And these can then act as separators in your box. So I wonder, we'll see how many you can fit in there. That's kind of neat little box. And then the lid being that lid already there. So the first one that we have seems to just be lands. I hope you can't hear me breathe on the recording. Let me see. So you got some lands, some basic lands. White, blue, islands, the swamps, mountains. What's happening back here? So, boom, there. This is where it separates. So you get, what, I guess 1 of 2 of each of the full face cards? No, just 2 of the red and green. There might be another pack that has those in them. We'll see. So you get the lands there. You got some tokens here. So there'll be some tokens coming out. They usually have 1 on each side. That's kind of nice. Cat. A big cat. Cat and beast. 2 dog. That's a classic. That is a classic from back in the day, which a lot of these foundation cards are reprints from back in the days. So That's also a little bit why I bought it. You get the nostalgia. Oh, mistakes here. A copy of something else. Interesting. And then you just have a human on the back. So we'll put the tokens here. I'll have to adjust this for the future because you're running out of space. So just adjust the height of it. Beginning phase. Untap your cards. So this is just in general the combat settings, the layout. So it really just gives you the opportunity to play the game without knowing anything. This is a good rule book to just have and follow up. It is the starter collection, so I guess it gives you that opportunity to start, which is nice. That's where I'm at, because all my old cards that I have, I'll have to look through and see what I have of value maybe, but all my old cards are not able to be played in Standard. I can only play them in Commander and Legacy, but I haven't found anywhere in my area that plays Legacy. Let's see what we have here. Moment of Craving, Suspicious Shambler, Undying Malice. I'll be looking through these. Okay, so they give you two and two. They'll give you two of some of them, giving you the opportunity to actually make a standard deck. That's I've seen this one. I had a lot. I have a lot of. I know that for sure, but not playable. Some of the art you recognize, some of it you don't. Flash is a nice function. Got some humans. Blue. I have a Merfolk deck that I bought for Commander, so I bought the Caverns, Exelon Cavern, the Explorer. So we'll see how that goes. Target creature you control gets an hexproof, so that's pretty nice. Not the best counter spell. That's definitely a lot better. At Defender, I didn't think they kept playing those. I have Defender in white and red already. There's your library for instant card with flash. Merfolk. So maybe this is something I can put in my Merfolk deck. That's a nice effect. I'll have to look through and post the price. Also bought the Vampire deck. I have a very old Vampire deck too from when I played. And maybe I wish I could play those cards still. Going into red. I never was a red person, but I heard now that red is one of the best ones. There we go, keep doing twos. Hit the cord for the light. Elf. There's one elf that I'm looking for in particular that I think would be nice to get. It's that classic elf that has some double colors. It's that classic elf that has the what is it called? You get 1 mana, and it only costs 1 mana, but you can tap it for 1 mana. Green elf. I do wonder if these are standard for all of them. Like all decks get the same. I have that one, I know that for sure. It's an old card. Exile this artifact. Shuffle your... I used to have an artifact deck too. It's sad that you can't play your old cards anymore. Shapeshifter. So I could put that in my Merfolk if I really wanted to. Add 1 mana of any color, activate only once each turn. So that would be it wouldn't be bad necessarily. Getting some lands, okay. see if I can use any of them for my Merfolk deck. That's the main one that I'm trying to boost right now. I don't want it to enter tapped. It's blue and green. It's a Explore deck from Exelon. Okay, so now you got 4, so you can really do... They're pushing the white, I guess. White is good for gaining life. That's a nice card looking. It's always good getting some extra value to just the counters. Especially when you start getting deeper into the game. Ooh. Cost 1 to equip, so that's pretty nice for that. That's some nice planes. Islands. Some pretty cards, but not. Some pretty cards, some pretty useful cards for some of them too. Dang it. Let's see what's in the next package. I have to go through and try to put the price on all of them. That's going to be the nightmare of editing. I hope whoever sees this will somewhat enjoy my chaos of my first video and maybe stick around for number 2 or 3 or 4. We'll see how long I keep doing this. I want to do this and then see, maybe make money one day. So we have our first, I'm pretty sure our first, not legendary, but even legendary creature, but the big orange tag. Lyra Downbridge. Got a lot of functions. Good in an angel deck. I see. You can use that as a commander if you want to do a mono deck. Mono color. I have this one. I know that for sure from one of the old decks. I've seen this one a couple of times. Because that can be really good if somebody has a lot of 1/1s or tokens that you can just kill and get the points. That looks cool. Choose a creature type. Again, you could add this to the Merfolk deck. You can use it to just, oh, wait a minute. A gate card? What is a gate card? I'll have to look at that. We'll see. One day I'll actually be good at making these videos, hopefully. Vampire, I have that one. I had 4 of them in my former deck. That's a nice card. Ooh, are we gonna find the elf that I want? I wouldn't use it in my Merfolk deck, but I also have this one. It's nice to see some of those old cards from when I played, remade, reprinted. I heard these could be good to use in a blue deck, especially if you have one where you draw a lot. So they do give you some twos. Vampire Warlock. Ooh, free. Hopefully it's useful to build around. Got that dinosaur. That's a classic too. Merfolk. I don't know. You'd have to have a lot of flash spells for that to be useful. There's a classic counter target, a creature spell. There's a lot of flash in this deck, so maybe those cards would be good for flash cards. It wouldn't work in my Merfolk deck. A spell deck would do good with this. Enchanted creature loses all its ability. And is a green. No, I like how it just changes whatever creature's color. Destroying target planeswalker is nice. Oh, that's my baby. I have used this card to win so many games in the past. It's crazy to see it back. Oh, there was only one. Dang it. That's a classic too. I'll have to go back and find the cost for some of these and add it. When you see something expensive, just throw it on there. That's a classic too. I have a lot of those. There we go. That's the elves I want. That's it. The Lona War Elves. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice. Overrun is a classic too. Not a lot of 2 colors that I can use, but right now. But we'll be building a deck with it, so we'll see what happens. Eventually, it'll be there. First one we open, creature, power. Power and toughness of each equal to the number of cards in your opponent's graveyards. That would be cool in Commander because you can easily get that high up once you get to play it in the 10th round. Enchanted creature gets has flying and first dragon as an angel. That's a big card too. It's heavy in cost. No, this one ain't heavy in cost. That's good. Oh, that's a. I've had this in my deck too. I didn't get to use it much the way I wanted to, but it was a drawing. That was the big aspect that I got to play with. Let's see. This will be fun to make a deck. We have a Merfolk. You may cast this card as though it had flash if you pay 2 more to cast it. That's expensive. That could be good. They attack and then they tap it to attack and then you just throw it. And then boom, they have to take it up. The attack doesn't go through. That'd be pretty good. It's a return target creature pretty much to the owner hand. Done right. That's saying return all non-land permanents to target player's controls to their owner's hand. That's too expensive for that one. Yin, that's interesting naming. Shark. Demon. Vampire Shaman, that looks cool. Sometimes I go too fast. That's a lot of cards and I don't want the video to get too long. Ooh. You have a red vampire too. Shapeshifters are always nice. You can kind of include them in anything that you want it to be focused on the type. I like making type focus cards, so it's like Merfolk card, Merfolk deck, Vampire deck, anything that's like type focused, Angel deck in that case. I used to have a core deck that I don't have anymore. I took it apart. Just didn't have a need for it. Wanted to do something else with it. Merfolk. Draw cards equals to his power. That can go crazy. It's 6 mana though, so it would be a late game hitter. Equipment. Death Touch. Could be good if you put it on a 1/1 lifelink, but then you don't get the amazing lifelink. It's interesting. Vehicles have always been interesting to me. What is a page counter? I haven't seen that before. Put a page counter on this artifact, draw a card. When there are 4 more page counters on this artifact, exile it. If you do, you gain 4 lives. So that's a life gain function. Red. That's interesting. We'll see what that could be interesting. It's really going wide though with all of them if you were to do a commander deck, but a regular deck, you wouldn't get tremendous use out of it, I think. That's the thing with the 20 card limit, or not 20, the 60 card limit, but it's only 20 lives. So if you go too wide on the mana cost, so you have too high of a mana cost on your average mana or average card, then you just can't play it unless you have a lot of RAM. Whenever a land you control enters, you gain 1 life and draw a card. The Merfolk deck I have, which I keep referring to, I know it's gonna suck if you don't know what I'm talking about, but the Merfolk deck I keep referring to has a lot of land stuff, landfall. Chosen color get, so that would be good for a mono color deck. Creature enters, destroy. Just some more land. I hate the enters tapped, but you gain a life, so that's not horrible. That's not bad. I just hate having a land that enters tapped. I really, these I can't play with at all. It just makes no sense to me to sacrifice. Have a card whose sole purpose is to get sacrificed when it comes to the lands, because they just take up space at that point, I feel like. I just don't see a purpose in it. That's me talking. Whenever this creature enters, you gain 1 life and draw a card. Very basic, very easy. Kickers, I love the kickers usually. Let's try one. Ooh. So that's it for the cards. So we'll take these and kind of put them in the nice box that they came with, and we'll see what happens with them. I'll have to post if I make a deck out of these. I'll have to post it and see what people say, if people even care. Who knows? I could make this whole YouTube video and nobody even watches it, or I get like 2 views, and at that point is what it is. I'm having fun doing it, honestly. It's just gonna be a YouTube channel where I do random stuff. So it's like, I'm picking back up Magic. That's what I'm gonna make a video about. I'm gonna pick up this, I'm gonna do this. This is the hobbies that I have. It's gonna be some of the most random videos that I can come up with. Just, it works fine that way. I don't know what this is room for, because it's kind of a weird size. We start looking at how many of these I had to take out, because you couldn't fit all the cards in there. I don't know how to separate it, so we'll see. Hopefully it has a better sizing when you start thinking about it deeper. Okay, let's look what the packs get. Usually packs always get a little bit better stuff. So I should probably not clear my throat on video. So these are just like normal booster packs, really. There's 14 cards in it. So we'll see, maybe we get something good, maybe we don't. Oh wow, the packs are so fragile. I was hoping to just open it from the top and just pull them out. That's stupid. The pack is so fragile. Okay, let's see. So, we have another elf like I wanted. How many do I need? So, let's start from the top. The Lona elves. Strix Lookout, Banishing Light, Goblin Borders, back into a pie, Evolving Wilds, Gleaming Barrier, Burnished Heart, Sierra Angel, that's a classic, Clinkin Sky Mage, Fear Annihilation. Come on, there we go. Extravagant Replication. Interesting. You just get to copy. Vampire Soul Caller, Island, and then the token. So that's one pack. Get in focus here. Cannot open pack. Nope. I couldn't open it without breaking it. Dang, here we are. Let's see what we get here. Squat Rallier. Tolarian Terror. That's a expensive one. Expensive mana cost. 7 mana. Incinerating Blast. Eaten Alive. Grown from Ashes. I love a good kicker. Fanatical Firebrand. Ellsworth Giant. That looks cool. Fishing Pole. That's funny. What does it say? Equipped creature has the fishing pole. Put a bait counter on the fishing pole. Whenever a equipped creature becomes untapped, remove a bait counter from this equipment. Oh, interesting. You pretty much just, you can put it on a 1/1 and then just keep making more 1/1s. Elvish, Rick Rover. Resolute Reinforcement. Ah, not what I wanted. Spinner of Souls. Alicia Who Laughs at Fate. That's a nice looking card. It's also, I got 2 in this pack, so that's nice. 2 goals. Fleeting Flight. And then we got a nice looking land here. Ooh, that's a cute rabbit. And then a soul token. So last pack that comes with this. Can we do it? It keeps tearing right there. Oh, this is different. So we'll see what we get. Broken Wings. Uncharted Voyage. Vanguard Seraph. Axguard Cavalry. Infestation Sage. That's an elf. Pilfer. Witness Protection. That looks cool. Infernal Vessel. Looks cool. Rogue Passage. That's a classic. Eager Truffle Snout. That's a fun looking card. Shivan Dragon. And gold. Yep. Homunculus Horde. Interesting. I've never heard of that. Another gold. Lunar Insight. That's an interesting card. Same land as I've gotten before. Swiftwater Cliffs. And then not a... This is a Foundation art card. And it says 41 out of 54. Interesting. What does it say down there? Galata, Primal Hunger, Justice Gale. I guess I'll keep it because it's 41 out of 54 and see what I get. That's kind of cool. Well, that's everything for the video. I'll be building a deck out of this and see what I can do with it. Peace.